not the one who did it. Stupid.
In 300 feet.
Oh shit, did I fuck it up? No, I didn't. Need groceries. Also, I'm fucked. So I'm running out of food. I have to go and spend my precious money on food. You know, so I just kind of go hungry, so that won't do. It's grocery time for groceries. Because I'm wearing a backpack, everybody's probably gonna look at me weird. But you know, how the fuck else am I gonna get shit home? With my hands? No. What do you think I am? Someone who's willing to carry something? No. A carryologist? I'm not trying to carry shit. I'm trying to put it in my backpack. Not in the store when I get out after purchasing things. So, you know, I'm using Google Maps. Not Google Maps. Apple Maps. You know, the rip-off.
Take a left on Northwest.
Fuck. Bethany, take a what?
Cross the street and take a left.
I really hope I don't have to walk down the highway. That's gonna suck dick. Ah, fuck, man.
In 500 feet, walk over the bridge.
Fucking hell. Oh no, I'm not. It looks easier than it looks. So I need groceries, or I'm gonna die of not having groceries. So, you know, this is how it'll be with the door knock keyboard. I have $24, which is not a lot of grocery money, but it's enough for something. I'm probably gonna go for frozen food, and if I have enough, maybe some cereal. But you know, I don't always have the luxury of buying cereal. But we'll see what I have money for. So, yep. I have $24. So, you know. Oh my god, there was a millipede right there. That was fucking awesome. Millipedes are cool. They have, I don't know if they have a million legs. I think that's bullshit. But, you know, it's a centipede. But not a centipede. So, you know, I'm just waiting now. Oh man, I hate the highway. It's chaos. It's witnessing pollution. I say that like I even give a shit, but you know, I don't. What do I look like, a vegan? No. You know, it's a very loud area. Because it's the highway. Oh, hey, what's up? No, I'm not going to cut my hair. Maybe one day, but, you know. That's stupid. Okay? I've shaved my head before, and it sucked. It was cold, and when it was cold, my head was cold. And that sounds like shit. So fuck that. I really need to shave my face, though.
Walk over the bridge, then in a quarter mile.
That's what I really need to do.
In a quarter mile,
But
take
I
a...
don't want to do that either because I'm lazy. And every time I do it, I cut my face. And that doesn't feel great. Not gonna lie. Kind of hurts. Not to mention, having stubble is very itchy. It's not fun, okay? If it's not fun, I don't want nothing to do with it. Well, I did once. I have cut my hair before, and that kind of sucks too, because then I get hair everywhere, and it's not, ugh. I hate that itchy feeling after you go to the barber shop. Fuck that shit, Plus, it hides my likeness, and I don't like being open like that, I don't like having open body language. About a year or two ago, probably longer. I don't know. Probably about 2 years ago at this point. Probably a year or two ago. Shit, missed the Google Map instruction. It says turn one way, so I'm just gonna cross the street. That seems like what I'm supposed to do. On God, I would get raped in prison. No, I'm going to buy groceries because I need groceries. Because I don't have food right now. Well, I do, but not food that's gonna make me not hungry. So, I don't plan on it. I actually stay out of trouble most of the time because, I live for survival. As long as I'm surviving, I'm fine. I don't really need anything more than just being alive. If I'm not dying, then I'm fine. So, I really tried to stray away from being too material because that just kind of makes me suffer more, I'm not religious or anything, but I do agree that staying non-material is a good way to survive without suffering, I'm very non-material because I can't be material. I can't afford to be material, It's expensive to be a material person, and I'm going for groceries because I need groceries. Maybe I can buy a little cereal. I have $24, which isn't much, but for a person living independently, I'm in a halfway house. It's enough for about a week or two, probably. So, not because I went to jail or anything or prison, but it's been just a long process through 2 different treatment centers, and now I'm in a halfway house because I couldn't really go home. So I'm just trying to live, and it's vibing, My home is just like in this.
Take a right on Northwest.
Yeah, my brother's also in the same situation, so we call a lot and talk about shit. Although I haven't been able to call him recently because calling restrictions were placed.
In half a mile, take a...
I got video games. Uh-oh. Did I miss my turn? Let me tell you, man, life is not easy when it's not being done for you. You know? But, I'm learning how to be independent. And I'm also learning that, well, I'm not paying my own rent. So I can't really say that I'm really being completely independent. But I'm paying for my own food, but I'm not even making my own money yet. I haven't even gotten a real taste of pain yet. So, we'll get there. But for now, things still kind of suck. Because having roommates isn't exactly very fun. They piss me off a lot. I just kind of have to ignore it because I can't really not have roommates. You switch off chores. This week I got the kitchen. And then, you know what? I'm just glad not to have to do the bathroom anymore. That sucked. That was ass. But, I get the kitchen, so let's step up. I'll have the bathroom again someday. Probably in the next few weeks. And that's gonna suck ass. But, whatever. Still gonna hang out with my friends, and man, I really miss them in treatment. So it's pretty sick to be able to hang out with my friends. That's pretty dope because let me tell you, I've had a lot of different friends now. Some, I have in a group chat, but I'm probably not gonna talk to a lot. You know what I mean? So I've made a lot of friends in treatment. But, probably not really going to talk much. Probably not even going to see them again. Which, whatever, You meet some cool people and then you move on. Some you're like, oh, well, maybe we can talk again one day. Maybe exchange contacts. But, we all have things that we're doing. The friends that you actually have are pretty valuable, not gonna lie, because, temporary friends are a lot different than friends that you're gonna have for a while, Man, when you go from one to another treatment center, it's like you start over completely, new people, and, maybe you picked up a little bit of information from the last treatment center. Maybe it'll work here, but no, people are completely different, so you just kind of have to start over. It's a lot of trial and error, But it's not like you can't be yourself. Like, you know. Like, I don't know. You know. It's not like somebody pisses me off. It's not like I'm not going to get pissed. And that's why, you know, it's kind of a struggle at the last treatment center. I was butting heads with a lot of people because it pissed me off, and they'd be like, hey, fuck you, you know? Not literally, but, you know, like, I'm not going to sit there and let someone be annoying as fuck, you know? So, you know. You know, I had this dude nagging me because I was like, you know, messing around with his TV remote. I was like, bro, fuck off, you know? And, you know, then, you know, they just got really, they just were, you know, they didn't want to really associate with me. So I was like, okay, fuck you guys. You know, I'm trying to focus on my recovery. Here you are, being a dick. So, and then in this place, he actually was this dude. I had these Myconites, right? I was eating them. He's like, hey, can I have one of those? And I was like, nah, sorry, I don't have very many left. And he was like, oh, you're a weirdo, man. You're a weirdo. And I was like, bro, you know, like, I just don't have very many left. And he's like, oh, well, I can hear the box. There's a lot left in there. And I was like, no, you know, not really. You know, it's towards the bottom now. He's like, why you gotta keep adding stuff to it? And I was like, dude, like, what's your deal, man? You know, did I even have a choice to say no? And then, you know, we got into an argument. And he was like, you know, he just got so mad. And I was like, okay, bro, like, whatever. I'm not going to give you some of my fucking Myconites. Because I paid good money for these. And I don't have many left. But then, you know, a day later, he bought me some in a Mountain Dew. He was like, here. And I was like, oh, shit, thanks. Appreciate it. It's weird. You know. It's weird. Because I was not going to really forget about that. Like, I was just going to not associate with that guy anymore. But, you know, damn it, I forgot my cigarettes. He seemed like he wanted to not have beef, so, you know, I'll take that to go. Yeah. Because, you know, if I have a fucking beef with somebody, I'm not going to drop it unless they do, you know. And they're probably not going to drop it unless I do. So, you know. But, you know, I kind of try to just start ignoring them. And then just kind of like, you know, be like, whatever. Your feelings don't matter to me. You know? You're barely human to me. And then I kind of just ignore them. Because... And it's not a good thing that I do that, you know? But it's just kind of my reaction to that sort of... It's kind of my reaction to conflict. Like, whatever, man. You're barely human. I don't say that, but, you know, I treat them as if I'm saying that. You know? I don't give a fuck about your anger. My anger's done now. So, yours can go fuck itself. Because, you know, in my mind, once I'm done being frustrated, I don't got time for that. So I don't care anymore. I don't care to even resolve the issue. Because once I'm done with it, I don't care. which, has always worked. Doesn't really result in any consequences from what I've seen. Well, in some cases, yeah. But, with people I'm actually close with, that doesn't really work. Because, that's not going to work. You know what I mean? Fuck, man. I've had this dude put me in a fucking... previously in my life, probably like a few years ago, I had this dude put me in a leg lock. And I was like, because I hit him, because he wouldn't stop sitting on me. And he was like, say you won't fucking hit me again. I was like, I'll say that, when you say you won't sit on me again. And eventually he let me go. But I ain't gonna say nothing, I wasn't gonna say nothing. Because I don't fucking roll with that, I don't care what happens, I'm not gonna submit to anything, And I have a very high distress tolerance, so, bring it. You know what I mean? I have an infinite distress tolerance. Except for when it comes to, when I don't really have a choice. Like, having a gun to my head, that's a choice. That gives me a choice. But, choosing whether to live somewhere or not, that's not really a choice. But, of course, if I have the option, what is a choice? If I have the option not to live somewhere, obviously I'm going to choose that. But, if it really comes down to it, I guess I just wouldn't really care. Because, I don't know. It's hard to care about things. It's genuinely difficult to care about things.
Take a right onto the road.
I don't have that material attachment. I have no feeling of permanence. So I just don't give a fuck. Everything I have can be gone.
In 350 feet.
I can't emotionally afford to care. So at the end of the day, the point I'm making is that's why I feel as though I can just discard somebody else's feelings like that. Because at the end of the day, it's really hard to care about the consequences of my actions. Because I'm willing to take them. Because whatever. I spent my whole life being humble. What do I give a fuck? It's gonna happen again and again, and I don't give a fuck. That's why it's been really hard to change through this whole treatment process, because it's hard to even give a fuck, It's hard to really give a fuck about negative consequences. And it didn't, obviously it wasn't always that way, but, it's that way now. Because, I've learned that if I submit to something, that gives someone else power. And I'm spiteful, man. I don't want people to have that feeling of superiority or power, Even if it's at my own expense. Fuck them. Oh, I'm just live streaming and talking about shit. And I'm going to get groceries. This is just kind of what I do. I just talk about shit. So, I don't really give a fuck. I just can't talk about shit. Just waiting for this crosswalk. Oh shit. Fucking. Oh fuck. You know, that's why I've almost just completely let go of friendships, because I don't really, you know, though I value my friendships, you know, it's not exactly like I'm going to be completely miserable without them. Although I feel I took them for granted when I didn't have them in treatment. You know, in the end of the day, you know, everything I do is really for survival, and anything that is not a necessity is something I can live without, you know. Hope I'm even going the right way. I got a right.
In 600 feet.
Man, in my last treatment center, the one before the last one I was in, it was me and this dude, and I'm not gonna say his name, of course, but we witnessed the entire group of people change, you know, because people come in and out of treatment, and me and him had the
In 800 feet,
so
take a right onto the...
everybody that was in the group left, and then a whole new variety of people came in, and me and him were the only ones from the previous group. That's just crazy, man. Changes your perspective a little bit about human beings. Like, I thought, you know, a person didn't mean very much to me before, but now, like, I don't even know, man. It just doesn't. People don't mean very much to me.
A quarter mile, take a...
Just, animals, you know? So, I don't know, you know? Animals that internalize things, you know? It's not that hard to see the difference between, like, a human being and a monkey now, you know? Something like a fucking... It's just not that hard, because at the end of the day, I've interacted with so many people that perspective is not a hard thing to understand. I missed my turn. Go through that stupid crosswalk again.
In a quarter mile, take a...
I've interacted with so many people and exchanged with so many perspectives. It's like, you know, damn, you know, everybody experiences things the same way, and I kind of always knew that, but, you know, like, I don't know, I met 100 me's, just like I met 100 of everybody else. Everybody who I thought was unique, I've met 100 of, pretty much. So really, nobody's unique, you know? The only people who are really unique from anybody else are people who are awful. Like, awful. Awful, awful. And that's not a good thing. Not good unique. But the only people who are unique from anybody else are people who do awful, awful things. Everybody else is the same. And that's, you know, I don't see that as a good thing. Like a good unique. say the only way you can really be unique is if you do something terrible. And obviously that's not a good idea, right? Well, my phone's at 6%. I'm gonna have to find my way back, but you know, everybody's the same, you know. A lot of people want to be unique, but really they're just the same as everybody else. And you know, if you really want to be unique, do something awful. Then you'll be unique. Do something terrible. I don't want to be unique. But if you do, just do something terrible. That's how you be unique from everybody else. It's the only way. Because everybody's the same. But you know, I don't care about being unique. Because, you know, the only way, like I said, is to do something terrible. Fuck. I feel like I understand why people do terrible things. You know, there's some degrees where I can't really understand, but you know, some things I can. Because there isn't a lot of uniqueness in the world amongst human beings. Anywho, I need the rest of my battery life to make my way home. So, I guess through talking, letting my thoughts out, there's a unique perspective. The only way to be unique is to do something terrible.
Take a right onto the road.